Hi my friends, today we model this part, which is a crank. As you see, the drawing is this one. Yes, we have all the data here so that we can start. But firstly, I want to tell you that this is another drawing of the Spanish engineer Timoteo Carrera Soto, and you can download all his drawings from my site by watching my tutorial number 182 from the minute 0041 seconds. At the beginning of this tutorial you find out how to find and how to download all his drawings. As you can see here, we have dimensions from the years 1930, which are obsolete now, but you have my drawings with the actual style of dimensioning, presentation, views, everything. Yes, everything is here. We start by creating the mid connection from the up features and down features. Dimensions are here, and we'll use a radius 46, a radius diameter 30, distance, and these dimensions inside: radius 12, radius 8, and 5 as thickness on the sides. We also use this dimension of 30 and the other one of 16. As you can see, both views have some not rectangular but sloped sketches. We use the template standard millimeters IPT, as you know, and the sketch in the plane XY. We draw a circle with a radius of 46 and a circle, another circle with diameter of of 30. They are on the same vertical. And the distance between centers is 144. Good. We draw another circle with the radius of 12 and another one with a radius of 8. Good. Then we apply a procedure. We place the cursor on the circle in a random point. We click on the left button of mouse, and now we can draw a tangent. We go with the tangent to the other circle. Since we've seen again the symbol of tangent. Good. The same procedure on the other side. Then we place the same vertical constraint. We trim the internal arcs. We place on the same vertical one of the two centers with a center point of the drawing of the sketch. You see this. Then tangent for both. This must be tangent to up and the other one to down. Tangent, okay. Then we draw parallel lines to the sloped vertical. This is one, and we want to be parallel, so that we place the cursor over the desired side, as you can see. Restart. Once again, I start from here, and I don't have parallel as an option, but if I go somewhere on this line, I catch that parallel. You see? This is very useful. We place dimensions between the parallels of 5 millimeters, both left and right, the same value. I select this value, I don't write it again, so that we have one dimension, not two. Trim. Trim is the opposite of extend, and trim is activated by pressing the key X. The extend does not have any shortcut, so that instead of clicking here and then using extend, I apply X from my keyboard, and you see that this trim is activated. I keep pressed Shift, and now I have extend instead of the selection trim. Yes, if I press Shift, I keep pressed Shift, and I obtain extend instead of trim. As you can see, this is another trick or procedure, very useful. You see, fully constrained. Since we want to limit to this contour, I apply trim. Now I don't use X, because I want you to see what I do here. But X is a very, very useful option for applying trim. I make other thing. I select the 4 entities and I make them construction. Now I have a sketch, the first sketch. I apply dimension visibility to not have a great drawing here, and I go to the other view, which is this one. At the level of the circle, you see radius 46 is the arc for tangency with the pocket. This is a pocket. Yes, we have here a pocket, and that arc is here, this red one, with a distance of 30, and symmetrical, like up, symmetrical is also down 16 on the corresponding arc. Oh, let's create this. We have everything here. 30 and 16 are the important dimensions. We select the perpendicular plane, which is YZ, for the next sketch. This sketch is based on the previous one, and I draw contour as a trapeze. I don't want it to be horizontal or vertical. Here is vertical because Z is vertical, so that I select this line, I select this constraint, and I apply delete. Now I can change this. The up and down sides are parallel. I take a look from the right in order to have, you see here is something perpendicular. Yes, I don't need this. Okay, this must be horizontal, which is vertical in this situation. Now I move this point and this point, and I make them equal, the sloped sides. Very good. Now I draw two horizontal line construction lines. This is the first one, horizontal. This one and this one, no matter where are they placed, but to be horizontal. Now I project these two arcs. upper and down in the plane of the polygon. An arc and another arc. You see a yellow line here. I can apply Alt Fi to see the application options and to change the colors to forest. Okay, now you see better, I suppose, the two lines. I don't like this. I eliminate. I like this one, and I project the other arc, not this line but this arc, so that we have another line. Now if you take a look here, you see that this dimension of 30 is placed on this arc, this one. The same is on the bottom, so that we use 30 and 16 as dimensions for these two construction lines, 30 and 16. As you can see, this is not coincident, this point with this line. Now we place the center point of this line on the bottom end of the small segment. Yes, coincident this midpoint with this projected. Oh, let me make the same correction here to have this line on with the ends on the sloped sides. The same at the bottom. We move this line of 16 down to be coincident with this point. Good. The other end of the polygon is finished here and here. Finished sketch. I go back Alt Fi to the presentation color. Okay, and we see better now what is here. As you can see, there are some points which mean fully constrained for both sketches. Be sure that this is the same as your drawing. Dimension visibility. Now we have two close contours. We know dimension but we don't see them, and we apply extrude. I want to apply extrude on this sketch, the first one, this one, and the extrusion to have a symmetrical dimension of this segment. I know this is 30, but what is the definition? We see here 30 is D7, yes? D7, remember this. We'll use it. Extrude, first sketch, symmetrical, on the distance of D7 plus something, plus 10. I want to be greater than that dimension. Okay, if somebody will change the 30, I am sure that we will have the same extra dimension with 10 millimeters, 5 and 5. Okay, now what? Now I extrude the other polygon, symmetrical again, but not join, not cut, but intersect. And I want it to be not with dimension, to be through. This is through. Okay. Now we have the mid part of the object. Yes, this face is there. This face is also there in our first volume. Yes, this is the first volume with that face is okay. Good. Now I want to create this feature which has dimensions radius 46, radius 39 on 180 degrees, and the width is 42. See, this is the width of that feature. Good. We use the plane X, Y, Z for the sketch. F7 to see inside. Project this known line, but I make it construction line, and then I draw a rectangle. Tab 42, the mid of this line I want to be over mid point of the other line, and I know that this radius is 46, and I want to apply the other radius from this face to this, which is 39. Fully constrained again. Now I apply revolve, symmetrical, by using the axis Z and not 360 but 180. You see, symmetrical means from here to the left and the right. Okay. We study the drawing and we see that there is another cylindrical feature here. Here is better to see the model. You see, there is another cylindrical feature which has the radius of 50. Yes? Good, let's create this, which must be aligned with this face. Let's create this second cylindrical feature. We use the same plane to create a new sketch. F7. We draw 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, and close. These two are equal. The external dimension is 50. And internal is this one. But let me place this on the same horizontal. Z is horizontal. This center with this center. I project this line and I make collinear this two. The distance is equal between this and wait a little this. Now I have only one problem. Oh, I'm wrong. I have to extend these lines. Control Z here. I have to project these two lines, which are very important for this sketch. To extend with the lines, 1, restart, 2, see, they want to be parallel, but I suppose this was not collinear with the other one. Now it is. Is it? No. This one with this one. Yes, it was. Then trim or X from the keyboard to cut this. And now I make that dimensioning by applying this contact. And now all I have to do is to make them collinear, one of them. Yes. I make these construction lines, also this, if you like, to be not present in our next operation, which is revolving. place here to be nice. Finish sketch. Revolve. What is the axis? Z. I don't create a new line there. Also 180, but symmetrical. Okay. Now we see that we have here a small gap which can create problems with the radius 10, this radius 10, because it is not continuous. So we apply right now that 10, and the bottom is with the radius also 10. Let me create a cylinder at the bottom. I use the plane XY for a new sketch which has a projection, this one, because I draw a circle here and its dimensions are 25. The diameter is 30 because it was used before. 25, symmetrical. Once again, symmetrical. Finish sketch. Extrude. Symmetric. 25. Okay. We apply also 10 millimeters for this edge, this edge, this and this, plus 8 for this and these faces or edges. Okay. There is also a hole with a diameter of 14, so that we apply hole, this face, this center. 14 is already placed here. Okay. Very good. Now we have to create these pockets. We have dimensions here, but we remember that we made this sketch, and the thickness, oh, this was missed, my friends. Let me place that dimension was respected but not presented here. 6. We have here a volume, and this is for that 6 millimeters. Okay, we create a sketch on this face. You see this face to that 6 divided by 2 from the center. Let's do this. A new sketch on this face. This is not useful, and we copy the first sketch and we place it here. We paste that sketch. 2 dimensions needed. That dimensions are for only this point, but I want to make all of them construction and only the inside to be normal. I select these 4 entities and I make them normal. I didn't select it very well. You can blame this. Now it's okay. And then coincident this point with this point. Finish sketch. Let's see what is the expression here. This is 42 as I remember. 42. Yes, this face 42. And 42 divided by 2 minus 6 divided by 2. 42 minus 6 all divided by 2 is the depth of the extrude. Cut 42 minus 6 divided by 2. This is the expression. Okay. You see, now we have cut also this fillet so that we have now a good construction here. If you create firstly the pocket, then you cannot apply fillet. We apply mirror of the last feature, which is this, about the plane XY. You see what happens. Okay. You remember that this pocket has radius 3. Yes, so that we apply them. Fillet 3 on both pockets. Okay. Then we have to create these extensions with holes. This one. Dimensions here are 96 between the holes, radius 8, 22 distance, 100 is for these sides, and holes of 8 millimeters. You remember? We don't forget the 3 millimeters, the gap between this face and the other one, and the depth of the extrusion, 31. We start by creating a plane with 3 millimeters altitude. This plane must be auto-resized to see better the placement. Then we create a new sketch in the plane. Let me rotate to have a better knowledge. Then we create that contour. Line, a small line here, a longer one, another short. Then we keep pressed the button and we go somewhere with an arc. Again, line, escape arc between these 2 points and with some curvature, but we are careful with this tangency. The two are equal, the two arcs. I place this at a distance to have placement. This distance is 22. The radius is 8. This dimension is also missing, yes or not? Let me see. No, 22 is dimension. We place in the center of this line on the same horizontal with the center line, center point, and now we can move it all to the right because we have some dimensions. We place these two on the same vertical, if not other. Okay, and the distance from this, the distance, not vertical, from this line to this point is 94 divided by 2, and the center is at 96 divided by 2. One dimension needed. That dimension is 100 of this line to the center point, divided by 2. 100 divided by 2. Now we have a fully constrained sketch so that we can apply extrusion of 31. My friends, extrude 31. Okay, this must not be visible, and now we have to create an extrusion to the part. You see, if we take a look here, we see this extrusion. Let's create. We select this face, F7, and now I make construction lines this and also this. Why? Because I draw a line from this end point to this vertical line, construction line, then from this end to the bottom I wait to see green, a green point. Restart, another small line to the side, and then the last one to this corner. Okay, finish sketch, extrude to this face. Okay, now we have everything. Okay, let me see what about that fillet. Yes, the dimension of that fillet is right here, 5 millimeters. I apply fillet of 5. Okay, then the holes. There are 2 holes of 8 millimeters diameter. Hole on this face, this center, 8 millimeters. No, not good. A better solution is to select this face. I create a sketch and we have 2 points. Then hole, and these 2 points, 8, and you see the hole is already prepared. Like the other one. Through. Okay. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 features to mirror in order to finish the part. Mirror, 1, 2, 3, 4, all of them. About what plane? About YZ. Yes? Okay. And we have the part. Nothing else is to be added. Let me change the material to stainless steel cast. Then the aspect steel cast. Then we select some faces to be machined. I keep pressed the shift button to select all of them. Shift. And also this face, this hole, the other face, and the other face to be machined, still polished. Now we have our object. Let's see what is the volume, not here but here. Properties, physical, update, and this is the volume. Copy, close, go to the drawing, double click here, and let me see how much is different. There is no a big difference. Maybe you will try to find which one is real, because I think that this is not such a big difference. I forgot something, maybe, but this is the general procedure to obtain this object. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye, my friends.